What's up, everybody?
What's up?
Welcome back to
More to Marriage.
Okay, listen, we are back. It's your boy Marquise.
And your girl Crystal.
And we are back with another video this month. If you got our email, make sure you go to our website, subscribe to the emailing list. But if you got our email, you know this entire month is all about foundation. Laying a solid foundation. Whether you're single, dating, or married, want to be married, listen, laying a foundation in your relationships is so critical. Right out the gate, we're gonna hop right in. One of the things that we learned in our marriage early on was that our values were off a little bit. If we could go back, we would change some things about our values. As a matter of fact, the thing that we would change is we would get aligned on going in the same direction with our values. So many couples that we counsel and do premarital counseling with, one of the things that we find is that their values are off. He's going in one direction, he values this, and she values another thing. And I'm telling you, it's okay to have some things that are different, but these values in marriage are so important. So we're calling them foundational values, okay? Here's why we believe this is important. One of the guys that I believe is a leadership guru, Craig Groeschel, he says this when it comes to leadership. He says, you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. That's just a little sidebar. Listen, that helped me in leadership. And he's talking about how systems are the thing that all organizations and leaders fall back on. I want to take that and tweak it a little bit and apply it to marriage. And I believe when it comes to marriage, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your values.
That's good.
I'm gonna say it again. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your values. So what do you value in your marriage? When things get rocky, when it gets tough, and it just feels like the marriage is on the rocks, I'm telling you, the pocket that you go back into, what you fall back on will be your values. So here are some values that we've implemented, we've gotten on the same page about, that we believe are universal, that any marriage can implement this and their marriage will move the dial towards getting better.
Absolutely. So we're gonna go ahead and jump on in it.
Yeah.
Our first value is seek God first.
Seek God first.
Super simple, but for us, we know that we have to.
Come on.
Not only have to, need to, want to keep God at the center of our marriage, because we know that we are absolutely nothing without Him. So seek God first is our first value, and it is super important.
That's exactly right. We do that with everything, with major decisions, little decisions. We make sure, okay, have we sought God on this? And it's something that we are aligned on. Also, we believe that God is the designer of marriage. So who better to consult about marriage and navigating issues than God Himself? And so seek God first. The second, we calling it go second. Okay, we want to go second. Our atmosphere, our culture that we want to build within our marriage is to outserve one another. Okay, I'm winning right now when it comes. No, we're not keeping score. We're not keeping score.
No. We know he's keeping score now.
I'm not keeping score. Yeah. I promise. Listen, but it is to say we want to serve one another so well. I want to put Crystal first.
And I want to put you first.
Well, thank you. She comes first in all things. She comes first in all things, man. I'm telling you, there's not a earthly relationship that I have that does not come in front of this woman. At all. It doesn't matter. Mama, daddy, brother, sister, does not matter. No one comes before Crystal. And I want her to know that. And so one of the things that we do is I say, you know what? I gotta go second. When it's 3 a.m. and our youngest Dallas is crying and I'm snuggled up under the covers, I don't wanna go to the crib. I'm like kicking her, like, go get him. But I'm like, you know what? I gotta go second.
And I'm like this.
Yeah, she got the one eye waiting for me. But I wanna go second. It's little things like that where we just say, hey, I wanna serve my wife in this area. And here's the deal. I know we all have that thing where it's like, I gotta make sure I'm good. I gotta make sure I take care of me, that self-preservation. But if I'm going second, if I'm keeping her first and she's keeping me first, then no one is becoming second. No one is getting left out.
Yes.
We're all being taken care of because she's thinking of me and I'm thinking of her.
Yes, we have to get away from being selfish.
Yeah.
And this value helps us to kind of put our selfishness in line and in check. So it's really good that this is, one of our values. I really love it so much. Our third one is make margin. Make room for your spouse.
Yes.
We're individuals as well as one, but sometimes we can get so busy with our life and things we have going on that we forget to make room for our spouse. And so the third one is just to make room. Make sure we notice them, see them. You look good today. Hands. Make room to notice the little things, the big things, because we found that to be so important within our own marriage.
And critical. And I think one of the things that Crystal is so good at, that I honestly look up to her in, is she always makes margin for us when it comes to date night, when it comes to putting me first and making sure that our schedules have time for us to connect. It's so valuable. Even if you have children, jobs, traveling, whatever it may be, you gotta make margin. Crystal says this thing that I think is just amazing. She says, if our calendars are full, our marriage is probably empty. If we've packed out our calendar with meetings and phone calls and all of these other things, if our calendars are full, our marriages are probably empty. And so you gotta make sure you make margin. Here is number 4. Number four is we keep short accounts. Okay, think about this in terms of money, a debit card, credit card, whatever you want to call it.
This is the one we needed work on.
This is the one we had to work on because there were so many things that we would just let go unresolved. We just let it go. Like, I'm gonna just suppress that. I'm gonna just push it down. I'm gonna just eat that one. And then there's times where we're just like, we blow up. Because here's the deal. If you push that stuff down, it's going to come out at some point. So if she's frustrated with me about not taking out the trash, what's really at the root of it? It ain't the trash. You know what I'm saying?
It's the socks you didn't
throw. It's the socks
hamper.
I didn't put in a dirty clothes hamper. It's all sorts of things. So you have to keep short accounts. When there's something on your mind that's bothersome, hey, bring it out. And when you keep short accounts, think about it in terms of a credit card. You keep that short account, I'm telling you, you don't let things build up. The atmosphere in the marriage is so much more good
and at
ease because there's none of that unresolved. We keep it short accounts. And so the biggest thing that we do, we don't wait for our feelings to catch up and feel right about it. I gotta go right. I have to have this conversation now. I don't wanna wait 2 weeks. So we give ourselves the 24-hour rule. If there's something that's nagging at me, we don't wanna go to bed angry at all.
Absolutely.
That's one of our things. But if there's something nagging at me, I give myself 24 hours and I gotta bring this to Crystal because I gotta clear the account.
Absolutely, and let's just be honest and real. We cultivate it within our home for it to be a peaceful environment. So if there's ever frustration or anything we're going through, we should be able to talk to and with each other. And so we want to keep it at peace. We don't want to walk around each other like we're walking on eggshells. We don't know what to say or when. So we just want to really, really make sure that we take heed to that and we put our pride to the side, our ego to the side, to really be able to keep these short accounts, to be our best self for each other. And so I just wanted to add a little something on the
But
and then number 5 is back to back. It's
come on, Charlie's Angels, okay?
Back to back, just meaning we are on the same team, wearing the same jersey. We might have a different number. We have our different thoughts, our different ideas. We're obviously still individuals, but at the end and the beginning of the day, we are on the same team. So no matter what we're going through, we better act like we are on the same team.
That's exactly
and so that's also a good one. That was my back-to-back.
That's right.
I came up with that name.
One.
And whether we're doing really good or sometimes we have to navigate a hard situation, at the end all be all, we usually do something like this. Boom. And that just let us know we on the same page. Back to back. We always got each other. No matter what.
That's exactly right. Same team, man. Your wife, your husband, your partner, listen, you guys are not opposites. You guys are not adversaries. You guys are on the same team when it comes to this. So remember, guys, it is critical to put in foundational values. If you haven't done that, we want you all to practice that right now. Get together and do that. What are we gonna do? There's 3 things, okay? We want you to do it individually. We want you to do it together. And want you to do it now. Those are the 3 things, okay? Get your list together and individually, and then come together and say, let me see your values, let me show you my values, and get on the same page. It is not too late for you to shore up the foundation of your marriage. Even if you started out rocky, I can't tell you how rocky we started out. But we went back and said, let's shore up our foundation and make sure we're building on a solid rock. Remember this, you do not rise to the level of your goals in marriage. Your marriage will fall to the level of your values. What do you value? What does she value? What does he value? It's critical to know those things. We are for marriage. Yes. We love marriage. We believe marriage can work for anybody if you're willing to put in the work. Okay, so as always, remember this, getting more out of your marriage starts
with giving more in your marriage.
Until next time, we love y'all.
See ya.
Peace.